Mr. Ian Anderson, sir.
How are you?
Yes, I'm well about the same as I was yesterday, which is a good thing. Continuity is everything at my time of life.
Didn't you just have a birthday?
Well, I did, yes, and WPYX is almost as old as I am. The hosts at WPYX, they come and go, but I'm still here.
How does Ian Anderson celebrate his birthday? Would you do anything special?
Yeah, I got in a van and went to the next city in Germany, and I did a show and came. And then the next day I flew back home. Yeah, it was just another day on the road, really. But I'm not a birthday guy in the sense of celebrating. I celebrate every morning when I wake up and think, oh, it's me again. It's that guy in the mirror. He doesn't look so much worse than he did yesterday.
Jethro Tull, the 7 Decades Tour, coming to the Palace on November 4th. I'm looking at seating charts here, and you guys are just killing it. There's not a lot of seats left for this show. You finding a great reaction and reception on the road?
Well, that's right. I'm not somebody who spends his time looking, at ticket counts or album charts or whatever. I mean, if a couple of dozen people show up at a concert and they seem reasonably pleased to see me, then that's a good payoff. But there are always some tickets, in spite of tickets being in short supply, or even when people say, "Oh, it's a sellout show," there's always a few left. Somebody decides they don't want to come after all. They forgot they had to take Granny out for dinner, so there's always tickets that sneak back on the box office at the last minute. So never give up. There's always going to be a few tickets left to come and find your Nirvana at a Jethro Tull concert. Or a Jethro Tull at a Nirvana concert.
I was thinking to myself, Ian, before you wrap up the touring and the music and stuff like that, you ought to invent a new kind of flute.
Well, listen, I'm still trying to play the original one. I spent about 3 hours this morning, as I do. Not every day, but I try and do at least an hour every day of practice at music, because I think when I started, when I was 20 years old and I first picked up a flute, it just seemed, oh, well, it's just something you play. You don't really need to work at it. You can play a few notes. You can improvise a solo. You can impress people. But in fact, it's not something that is like riding a bike, and you don't forget. You really, really do have to keep working at it. I guess the same if you're a guitar player. The chances are you're going to pick up the guitar. If not every day, it will be nearly every day. And you really do have to keep yourself in good physical trim. But mentally, when you have a huge repertoire of music and you've got to remember to play all the right notes, preferably in the right order, then there is quite a lot of memory involved in that, and a lot of muscle memory in just physically executing tricky phrases. So I do practice really quite a lot. And I try and play things that are right on the edge of what I can play. I don't coast. I try and push myself to match the best thing that I think I can do. I don't
know that the flute has a bigger champion, and I don't know that there is someone in the wings that will be a bigger champion when you're done, when you hang up your rock
who's
float.
Who's going to take your flute torch?
Well, when I hang up my codpiece, apparently there is somebody called Lizzo waiting to
not anymore.
Mr. Anderson, she's just been canceled for weight shaming her dancers, something you've never done.
Well, that's what they say, but it's not a proven deal. So who knows? Maybe she's entirely as innocent. And but I don't. There's all. I've been listening to this for God knows what is it, 55 years or something. There's another flute player in the wings ready to steal my crown, but I'll believe it when I see it.
I know Jethro Tull's Prague and the band was Americana, but did you ever cross paths with Robbie Robertson?
No, I don't cross paths with very many people at all, actually, because I don't hang out with musicians. I'm sure they're very nice people if you get to know them, but they're not something that I do. So no, you can mention, I don't know, 19 out of 20 people. I would have to say, who? Sorry, can you repeat that? But then they probably don't know me either, so I don't feel embarrassed.
How's your cats doing? Last time we talked, you gave us your cats' names.
Well, my cats, unfortunately, they do come and go. And the last time you talked to me, probably I have three or four cats that are sadly have reached the end of their lives, and they are at peace in the rose garden, suitably with markers.
Well,
Yeah,
my
it's a bit
dog's
like-
spurting blood from its nose, so it's the same thing over here.
True.
Yeah, you miss them. They're old friends, but I have two cats at the moment. One called Timo, and one called Kari.
Beautiful.
And they're pretty young guys, 2 or 3 years old, and hopefully they'll last as long as I will, I hope.
Well, we can't wait to see you, Jethro Tull, hitting the road. Tickets available, Ticketmaster.com, JethroTull.com, and coming to the Palace on Saturday night, November 4th. Going to be a fun show. Thanks for the time, sir.
Thank you, Ian.
Yeah, nice to talk to you. Take care. We'll see you soon.